It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, we are here inside of Floyd's Barbershop, and it's just amazing. I'm joined here with the mayor of Mount Airy, Mayor Jon Cawley, and just thanks so much for hanging with me today. To walk in and see this, it is just incredible. The 30,000 pictures on the walls. I mean, you're just kind of taken away when you come in.
Yeah, it's Mount Airy.
It really is. And as you said, this barbershop is where stories come to life. What don't we know about Floyd's Barbershop?
Well, one of the things you don't know is the barber, Jeff Dodie. He is the only barber that we know of in the world that was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize.
Wow, really?
And if they come to Mount Airy and ask about it, I'm sure they can find out the full story behind the headline.
And it's really cool that here at Floyd's Barbershop, I mean, they still cut hair. I was talking to the barber today, and he said, I've already done 3 people, but people come in here to Mount Airy all the time just to be able to see what's on the wall, to be able to kind of have that sense of nostalgia. And is it amazing when you see people kind of come through the door, just walk around?
Well, yes. Yesterday I was visiting with Jeff here, and there were 2 couples that just stuck their head in and looked around. They weren't getting haircuts, but they felt the freedom to do that. And, you know, it was actually kind of an invasion of his space, but he's good with it.
I know you get this question a lot, but how close and similar is Mount Airy to Mayberry?
I think in some ways it's very close, and in other ways, you know, they're a lot different. The way that it's close is that on the television show, the way I remember it, and I don't watch it anymore. Not that I'm opposed to it, but I live it now to some degree. But you know, they took whatever problem they had, and they solved it in 30 minutes, and they left everybody with hope.
Yeah.
And I think that part of Mount Airy is running parallel with the TV show. We have every problem that every other city I know of has, and we work diligently around here to try to solve them.
Yeah.
We're not looking for them, but when they come up, we're really resourceful.
And I know you recently came under fire for handling the homeless situation here, because that's one of the problems that you're facing in Mount Airy. Kind of talk to me about that and what you're seeing.
Well, we have an issue with homelessness. And a lot of part of the country does. Our issue is that we want to help people. This is the most generous and caring community that I've ever lived in, and I like everywhere I've ever lived. But this place wants to help people, and so we raised over $500,000 last year in our local missions fund called the United Fund. And there's 26 agencies that are waiting to help people who are in need. Now, some of those people have shelter.
Yeah.
Obviously, some of them don't. We haven't really come under fire so much as for trying to help them, but people think that we don't want homeless. Well, I don't know anybody that wants homeless.
Right.
But we want them to receive assistance, and if they're not willing to receive assistance and they break the law, then we have to deal with that.
But you really mentioned also too, Mount Airy, it is all about the people, and that's why you have so many people. I mean, just being here today, seeing people line Main Street, of going to the different shops. What is it that's so attractive that brings people here as a tourist city?
I can't tell you. It's the quaint, kind way of life. People around here slow down, and they look each other in the eye, and they speak. I had to spend one summer after I had moved here in the Northeast working to finish up my doctorate. And when I spoke to people, they looked at me like, "What do you want?" And I realized that there's a big cultural gap between the way we live down here and the way other people, kind of defend themselves.
Right.
In other parts of the country.
Well, Mayor Jon, I just want to say thank you so much for giving us more insight about Mount Airy. And Morgan, as I send it back to you in the studio, you can see why so many people love to call Mount Airy home.